Hello everyone, so I hope you remember in our previous class we have some overview about the ASA, how we set up like that. So let's continue the same lab. If you see, let me revise. This is our firewall. Imagine this is your organization, okay, this is your LAN network and this is your WAN network. You have one ISP here. You taken the ISP connection. Imagine this is a small scenario. Imagine you have the small organization, okay, in that one you have the ASA firewall and you have one router. This router is a gateway for all your LAN network. You will have one switch here, you will have multiple PC in your LAN network. Instead of creating this all, I created one loopback, so we will say this is our LAN network and this is the IP we are using inside our what we can say to connect the router to the firewall, and this is our public IP in this lab. ISP give you this IP, you assign this IP here, and already we configure, we assign this IP to this interface, we assign this IP to this interface, and security level we put this 100 and this is a 0, that is this is inside and this is outside. Already we done that one, and we created one default route from here to here, and in the FortiGate firewall also we created one default route, so our traffic will go to ISP, and we assign the IP address also. Let me show you what configuration we done. Let me show you. So if you see, first of all, this is a LAN gateway, this is our LAN gateway. So let me go here and show you what we done. I will write show run, so we can get all the configuration and we can verify that one. If you see here what configuration we done, we assigned here, we created one loopback and we assign the IP 192.168.1.1, and this is the Ethernet we assign here as a 2.2.2.1, okay. And if you see, we will have one default route. Let me see I create or not. If not, I need to create, okay. So maybe before I did not save, so I need to create one default route also. See, this one I am saying I have this IP here. If you see, this is the IP I have here this side, and this is the IP I have here this side. So whatever traffic is coming, I need to forward that all traffic to the ASA firewall. So let me create one default route. So I will go in the global configuration mode. I will write IP route 0.0.0, then 0.0.0 towards the ISP, towards our firewall interface. Our firewall IP is 2.2.2.2, okay. So I assign now, we can check show IP route. So if you see, we have this route. If anyone want to go, they will forward to the firewall IP. This is our firewall IP. Let's go to firewall and check in the firewall also. If you see, I have the firewall IP. This is the 2.2.2 here this side, and if you see Ethernet 1, this is the Ethernet 1. I have the 1.1.1. If you want, I will write show run to show you the running configuration. Let me show you. This is the running configuration. This is by default already they configure. Only we assign this IP here, okay, and security level we define as 100. When I write name if inside, automatically they will take as 100. So this one we need to do. I done in our previous lab this configuration. Just go to this interface, write name if inside, automatically they will take the security level 100 and assign the IP. And other interface, we are using other interface, that is interface Ethernet 1, and name if outside, because this is going to the outside here, outside to the ISP. And if you see what else we have here, this is the IP we assign. And let me see what else configuration I done. I created one default route or not. Let me check. Maybe I did not create the default route. We can check also. We can write show route, so we will get, yeah, I created default route. If you see, all the traffic whatever is coming, that need to forward to this IP. This is our ISP IP, okay. This is our ISP IP. If you see, 1.1.2 is our ISP IP. So this is the configuration before we done. Here in the gateway, maybe I forget to save, that's why we don't have the default route. Now I save that one, and let's see the ISP router what we have. Show IP interface brief. So we have one IP configured to this interface 1.1.2. This is the interface, the one which we are discussing, this one. And if you want to check show IP route, we don't have any route, only the directly connected interface. and let me write show run just to show you what configuration we done before. Okay, if you see here, nothing, only we assign the IP address, that's all. Okay, so now imagine our LAN, this one LAN gateway is pinging to the firewall. Let me LAN gateway, this is my LAN gateway. I am pinging from here to this ISP IP. In the ISP, I think we created the loopback or not, show IP interface brief. I don't have loopback, so let me create one loopback. I will create interface loopback 0 IP address 8.8.8. Let me write again IP address 8.8.8.255.2.0.0.0. okay, and no need to write no shut because this is a loopback, and I can save the configuration WR and I can check show IP interface brief. Show IP interface brief. If you see, we have the loopback also, this one. So imagine this is a Google server and someone want to ping from LAN side to the Google server. It will work or not, we will verify. So this is our LAN network. Directly I will ping from here, ping 8.8.8.8. okay, it will not work because we have the forward routing but we don't have the reverse. If you see, I am pinging from here, it will forward to the ASA firewall. ASA firewall will forward to the ISP, but ISP is not having any reverse route. Okay, in real scenario we will configure here NAT PAT. Okay, NAT we are going to configure here. So private IP, whatever our private IP we will have, that is going to translate into the public IP. But in this case, we did not learn the ACL, how we can configure the ACL in the ASA, how we can create the NAT in the ASA. So what I will do, instead of doing the NAT here, I will do the reverse routing. I will go to the ISP router. I will say ISP router, if anyone want to go to this one, 192.168.1.1, forward that traffic to this one. Okay, and in the ASA firewall also we need to do the reverse routing, saying that if anyone want to go to this network, forward that to this IP. Okay, so let's do this one. First of all, I will go to the ASA and here I will write config T. Okay, and after that I will write root and I will put question mark. He is saying inside or outside, so I want to create for inside. Okay, I am here, I am saying that one ASA firewall, I want to create the root for this side, so this is inside, so I will write inside, then I will write this network ID. Okay, let me do, I will write here 192.168.1.0 255.255.255.0 forward to where? Forward to this 2.2.2.1. so 2.2.2.1. okay, this reverse routing I done on the ASA firewall. So whenever ASA firewall is receiving anything about 192.168 network, he will forward, and whatever is coming back, he will forward back to this network. So ASA firewall will remember this one. Okay, so if you want, I will show you show root, and we can check here. Now we have two root. One is a default route forwarding towards this to our ISP, and you have one more that is our LAN network route. If any traffic is coming for this one, they are going to forward here 2.2.2.1, this one. Okay, what else we can do? So even now, if you ping, it will not work. Let me show you. I am pinging, it is not work. The packet will come here from the ASA, it will go here. If you want ISP, I can write here debug IP ICMP. Okay, if you see, you will have the debug messages here. Let me send again traffic. Okay, so if you see here, you will have the, let me make big. If you see in the ISP router, we are getting here, what we are getting? We are getting someone is pinging from here, and ISP is replying. What he is saying, sending source is this one and destination is this one. So ASA firewall is sending this one, but we are not get this ISP, sorry, not ASA firewall, ISP router is replying. Echo reply send. Source is 8.8.8, destination is 2.2.1. Okay, 2.2.1. Let me show you here or here. 2.2.1. They are sending here. Okay, but if you check in this one, it will not work. It is saying 0. It is saying here 0. Why it is saying 0? Because this guy is sending, but this guy don't know the route where we need to send. This guy don't know the route. If you go inside this router, in the ISP router, let me close this you all and show IP route. If you see inside here, we don't have any route for this network 2.2.1 we don't have, and also for this one also we don't have, because I am pinging by staying here. So they are taking the source is 2.2.1 when they are forwarding from here to here. Okay, when they are forwarding from here to here, what I am saying, let me repeat again. I am saying that one. See here, I am standing in the gateway, I am sending the traffic. When I am sending the traffic from here to here, they are considering this is a source. So ISP receive the request, that one, saying that one someone from that point is requesting. Let me show you. If you see here, see this one. So this is ISP router, he received, he is replying, he is saying okay, this is the 8.8.8.8 network here, I am the source, I am sending this to this one. Okay, this one I am sending, but there is no entry in the ASA firewall, there is no entry in the ISP, there is no entry in the ISP router about the this 2.2.1 network. Okay, that's why they are unable to forward, and we are getting here request timeout. So what we can do here, we can do the reverse routing. In real scenario we will not do the reverse routing. In the real scenario we will configure the NAT. So later we are going to learn how we can configure, but now to get the request reply back, we need to configure the reverse routing. We need to configure in the ISP. Okay, and let me show you one more thing here. This is our LAN network. I will say ping this one source. Okay, source loopback, source IP I can write 192.source. Let me write here source interface, like this we can write source, or directly I can write interface. There is one command, let me put here question mark and check here, size repeat, and okay, source we will write source and press question mark. You have here source we can put, because I want to send the traffic from this IP, not from here. So for that purpose we have here loopback. I can write source loopback. Okay, let me write loopback, and which loopback? This is a loopback 0, so I will write loopback 0. Okay, so what I am doing here, if you see here, this is the command I am putting here. You can see here what I am doing. I am standing here, I am saying I am pinging, but not from this interface IP. I am pinging from this side. If you are confused, connect the switch here, connect some PC here, and assign the IP of the PC is 192.168.1.2, and gateway will be this IP. This interface will be the gateway, and you can send the request. Instead of using this switch and this one, I created loopback, and if I want to send the traffic from this loopback, so I need to write ping whatever I want to ping, and then source, and from where I need to put that loopback 0. So I put loopback 0. So when I am sending from loopback 0, traffic will come here, because this router is having the default route. It will come to the ASA firewall. ASA firewall is also having the default route towards the ISP. It will come here. Okay, so this router will receive saying that someone is pinging me from this IP, and this router is going to reply saying that I am the source, because this side we have 8.8.8.8. so is sending source is this one, destination is this one, but this router don't know if anyone sending the traffic from here where he need to forward. He don't know this one. If we configure NAT, then NAT will take care about that one, but still we are not using NAT, so we need to define manually here saying that if you have any traffic from here, forward that traffic to this IP. Okay, but before doing that one, let me again debug here. I will say debug IP ICMP. Okay, and now again I will ping from the loopback. If you see here, this one I will ping again. Okay, and you will have here the reply, or let me make big. Maybe if I put it small, maybe you will not understand. Let me make this big. Okay, 1 minute. Let me remove. Yeah, let me open again. This is the ASA, no need to worry for ASA. This is the router, okay. This is the ISP and this is our gateway. So now what I want to show you, this guy is sending the traffic from the loopback 0, and what ISP is replying, ISP is saying that I am replying to the echo, and this is the source. I am replying from the source 8.8.8, and I am sending to the destination 192.168.1.1. Who is 192.168.1.1? See here, this is a 192.168.1.1. this our LAN IP. I am saying loopback. Imagine this is our client, that IP. So this ISP is replying to this IP with this IP. He is saying loopback, that is 8.8.8 is a source and destination is this one. Okay, but here we don't have NAT, and also here we don't have the reverse routing. So what we need to do, we need to configure the reverse routing. So when we configure the reverse routing, we will have the reply here. So how we will configure the reverse routing? We will go in the ISP. Let me let me turn off the debug messages, and now I will go in the config T. I will write IP root 0.0.0. okay, no need for 0. Let me put here this one. I want to send the traffic to this network, so I will write 192.168.1.0 255.255.255.0. If we are saying ISP, if anyone want to go to this network with this subnet, forward that all traffic here 1.1.1.1. so I will write 1.1.1.1. press enter. Okay, and now I will save this one. So what, now we have the route. If you see show IP route in this ISP router, we have one route here. If any traffic need to go here, we need to forward to 1.1.1. so now ISP router know that if anyone is sending any traffic about this, anyone is sending any traffic to 8.8.8 or this IP, he need to forward to this interface. Okay, so let me draw here to explain you. If any, this ISP is saying if anyone from this network is sending the traffic to me with this IP or my loopback, I need to reply, I need to forward that one to this IP. Okay, now let me ping and check it is working or not. So this is my LAN network. I will say again, I am pinging from the loopback 0, and you will see here reply will come or not. Let's see. Reply will not come. If it is not coming, you need to assign here. See, it is not coming. Why it is not coming? Because in the ASA firewall by default it is disabled, so we need to enable. ASA firewall is going to drop the traffic. So how we can enable? We need to, let me show you. You can write show run and put here, we will have here the policy. In that policy we need to define also. If you see here, this one, if you see here, this is a policy map. Okay, by default it is created, later we will see in detail. This is a policy map, this is a class map. In the class map we are saying inspect DNS, FTP, all this one, but we are not saying the ICMP. If you see here, ICMP is not there, that's why that traffic is dropped. So what we need to do, we need to add that one. We need to add. How we will add? Let me show you how we can add. Okay, so first I will go inside this policy map. Okay, press enter, and then I will go here in this policy map global, or directly I can go here also, but anyhow I will go in the sequence here, and then I will go in the class inspection default. Okay, and I will paste this here. After that what I will do, I will write inspect ICMP. Okay, so let me write inspect ICMP and press enter. Okay, and then save WR directly. Now it will work. Let me send the traffic again. See, it is working now. Before, why it is not working? Because in the ASA firewall it is disabled. How enable? There is a concept about the policy map, class map. There is a concept. Maybe if you learn the CCNP, you know the class map, policy map. So what I done here, how it is working. Before it is not working. Now if you see 5 out of 5, it is working. Just remember, in the ASA firewall by default ICMP is block. By default ICMP is block. So what I done, I write just show run. I check in the here, this is a policy map, and if you see, this is a policy map, global policy map, and this is a class map. So in the class map we define inspect this one. So this all are allow, but if you see ICMP is not there. So what I done, I go inside this policy map and I go inside the class map and I do inspect ICMP. I add that one. If you want, I will write show run and we can check. Now ICMP is present here, where just now we add here. If you see here, ICMP is present. Before it is not there. So I add that one in the policy. Okay, I add ICMP in the policy. I'm saying the class map, inspect that one, and that is apply in the service policy globally. No need to worry about this one. If you have confusion, just remember, by default in the ASA firewall ICMP is disabled. If you want to enable the ICMP, you need to go inside the policy map and then in the class map, and this one already enabled. So just we will write inspect and ICMP, that's all. So it will allow, and if you see, it is working. Later we will see what is the class map, what is the policy map, how we can assign, what we can do. This all later we will see, but now just I want to show you ping is working. Okay, ping is working. And if you want to check another service, we can check also. Like example, if you see here what I have, let me configure the telnet. I will write enable password admin. Okay, and user, I will create username admin and password admin, and let me configure telnet line vty 024 login local. Okay, I enable the telnet here. Now I can do telnet from the LAN. If you want, let me show you. I will write telnet, and what is the IP for the ISP. Let me check here, show IP interface brief. We can use any. Let me take this one. I will put this. I will say, if you see, it is trying to telnet. Okay, let me check 8.8.8. First of all, let me check telnet is working or not here only. telnet 8.8.8.8. okay, telnet is working here. Admin and admin. Okay, enable and admin. So telnet is working in the ISP router. Now in the LAN it is working or not. Respond. Let me write here. So telnet is also not enabled in the firewall. We need to enable. But before that one, let me check this IP 1.1.1.2. So I will write 1.1.1.2. And also we need to write the source. If you remember this one, from here we need to telnet. I am telnetting from this IP. So maybe that's why this route is not present in the ISP. That's why we have the issue. So what I will do, instead of telnetting directly from here, we need to telnet from the loopback. So let's try that one. Okay, let me check here. This will take some time. You understand, right? What I am saying, I am telnetting. Whenever I am telnetting, they will take this source. We need to take this one as a source because a reverse entry is present for this one, not this one. Okay, so let me write here telnet 8.8.8.8 and then source interface. Let me put question mark. We will check here what we have. We have okay / source interface. See, this one we can use. Okay, so let's do that one. Telnet, oh sorry, by mistake I click this one, so it will take again some time. So let me do again. Okay, see here what I am doing, where we are telnet. Let me write here telnet 8.8.8.8 and the / loopback loopback 0 loopback. Let me put this 8.8.8 loopback. Let me check loopback what I use here. Show IP interface brief. I use loopback 0, okay, and the source interface is loopback 0 only. So let me write telnet 8.8.8.8 and the source interface, okay, and what is the interface here? Loopback 0, okay. So I will write loopback 0, okay. Now see, it is working perfectly. So what we done before, it is not working. Why it is not working? Let me explain you again. See here, what we done in the ISP router, we done the reverse routing. Okay, in the ISP router we done the reverse routing. Reverse routing means we are saying ISP router, if any traffic is coming from this network, forward that traffic to this interface, this IP, forward here. But just now when I telnet here, I did not mention this network as a source. So automatically he taken this IP as a source. When he taken this IP as a source, this entry will go to ISP saying that this is a source and destination is this one. Destination is this one. So when this guy is replying, he is replying to this, saying that this is a source and this is a destination, and this entry is not present here because we told only this entry, we enter this entry only. So for that purpose we are unable to telnet. So what I done here, I go here in the firewall, where in the LAN, where is that one? So what I done, I go inside the LAN and I told I need to telnet. This is a command telnet, and whatever I need to telnet I will put this one, and this is a syntax to put the source. So I will say / source interface and loopback 0. Why I am writing loopback 0? Because this is a loopback 0, this interface. This interface is a loopback 0. That's why I am putting this as a loopback 0 here. Or if you are confused, you have so many issue, why like this, why like that, then simple way, take one switch here, connect this loopback, instead of loopback connect any interface here, and connect here one PC or any router, anything. From here telnet directly. No need to write the / source loopback, anything. Directly you can do. I am not using this one, that's why I am writing here. What I am writing here, this one, let me show you. This one I am writing for that purpose. Telnet, after that / source loopback, from which loopback, this one. So this entry is present in the ISP router, so he is able to give us the access. Let me do again and show you we can telnet or not. If you see, yeah, telnet is working. I will write admin, and I am inside the ISP. I will write enable, and then I will write admin. Okay, now we are using this is as a ISP. You can imagine you have something here, some different server. Now we are, just to understand the concept, just to clear the concept, we are saying this is ISP and we are using the reverse routing. But in real scenario, we will not configure anything inside the ISP router. In the real scenario, we will not do any configuration to the ISP router. We will not touch ISP router. Okay, only we will use our firewall and our router. Here only, from this side only we can configure. Here we will not do anything. So in this one, what we are going to do, we are going to configure the NAT, and we are going to send the traffic. We are changing the private IP into public IP, and we are going to send the traffic. So ISP is having this entry in his table, so he is going to forward that here, and depending upon what configuration we done in the firewall, that return traffic will come here. Okay, so in this video what we learn? In this video we learn that whenever we are sending the traffic from here to the ISP or any Google server here, to the Google server, we should have the NAT, but we don't have the NAT. So what we done the reverse routing. In the reverse routing, we are saying if any traffic is coming from this network, forward that to this IP. Okay, and then what we done, when we are pinging, it is not working. So what we done, we go inside the class map and we allow the ICMP, because by default in the ASA firewall ICMP is blocked. So we enable that one, so we are able to access that one. And after that we configure the telnet here, just to test telnet is working on the TCP. So TCP application, whatever application we have on the TCP, it is working or not, we want to verify. So what we done here, we configure the telnet and I generate the telnet traffic from here. So when I did not put the source loopback 0, So they taken this is a source. When we are sending this as a source, this router is not having any entry about this one. So he is trying to send the traffic, but it is drop here because this router don't know where is 2.2.1. So what I done another thing. I write telnet 8.8.8 / source interface loopback 0. So I am saying that one, this is my source. So when I am sending the packet saying that this is my source, this router know already about this one, so he is forwarding that traffic here, and the ASA firewall already know that this network is present this side and he need to forward to this IP. So ASA firewall forward to this IP. So we are getting the telnet return traffic here. Okay, so this is just overview to have you idea. If you face any issue, if you face any problem, you already know you can follow us on the Instagram and send the message. You can WhatsApp us or you can follow us on the Instagram and send the message. So we will reply you, we will assist you if you have any issue. Okay, thank you, bye.